there. I just wanted to do a quick tutorial of how to assemble your doll. If you buy one on eBay or something, kit parts, or just parts, sometimes they don't come with instructions, or you just want to maybe see a different way to do it or need a refresher or something. This is just how I do it. There's totally a lot of ways to do it, and whatever works, whatever you have on hand that's going to work decent. Some things that you want to keep in mind is how you want to pose her, because you have to kind of think about that. You want her to be balanced. You want both her feet, well, typically, assuming it's a regular pose, you want both the heels of her feet to be touching the ground. Like, you don't want an uneven, one leg shorter than the other. Okay, so we want balance. We want, ideally, her to be able to stand on her own. And if she's balanced properly, she should be able to do that. So, just to real quick go over things you would want to have around. I use pipe cleaners. I'm out of my good kind that I really like that have a lot of strength. I thought I could use these, which I found on eBay, but they're really weak. I would have to do like 5 of these. They're just super floppy. You do not want floppy, weak pipe cleaners. My old kind, which I had forever, and now I'm worried they don't make them like this anymore, are pretty strong. Okay, so first you're going to do the legs. And you don't want to assemble your doll with just one pipe cleaner on her legs. It won't be strong enough. So we're going to twist these into multiple pipe cleaners for strength. Okay. You can also use wire. Some people use this soft wire. It's about as strong as 3 of my regular pipe cleaners twisted together. It's pretty good strength. I personally just like to have something kind of fuzzy for the cotton to stick to. But let me keep going here of what you need. So you need either the wire or the pipe cleaners. Then you need cotton balls and tacky glue and super glue, and baby wipes are good to have around just to clean your hands because it's pretty messy, and paper towels. A needle tool is good to have around if you have one. Cuticle stick, wire cutters or needle nose pliers, something like that. Old scissors, I guess, would work. Okay, so just to go through the steps real quick, we're going to be putting the wires into her legs first with no regard to how long they are yet. We don't need to think about that right now. And then we're going to wrap. You unroll cotton balls. Not everybody knows that these unroll. Unroll cotton balls, and that is going to be the padding for the body part that we're trying to simulate. But after you create this sculpture with the cotton, you don't want just this loose cotton because it can get wet or whatever. You just don't want to leave it uncovered. So you can make a skin over the top of this with glue, which is what I usually do. Or you can go over the top of the cotton with things like medical tape. That's what that looks like. This is a different kind of medical tape you can use. I don't personally like using that. or this kind of, I think this is maybe also medical tape, but a lot of people don't like to use this because it can get a little brittle maybe when it gets older. It's really malleable though, so it's easy to, I cut it into strips and then wrap with it. I use it sometimes. I don't always use it. Normally, all that I do is use the cotton, and then I go over the cotton with the glue, and it just makes it kind of hard feeling. Okay, so I am, like I said, out of my regular pipe cleaners, and I have to use these. These are real pipe cleaners. So they have these sharp, pokey things in them, and I don't really like using them, but I don't really have a choice right now. So I'm going to, maybe I'll hold it like this. I'm going to twist these. And get a decent length of it going. They are strong, but pokiness. Let's wear gloves. Okay, so, and then I'm going to cut it off. Okay, so this is about 5 inches. It really doesn't matter how long it is as long as you know it's longer than you're going to need. Check your leg for how far you can even put in pipe cleaner. Sometimes leg or arm openings can be shallow, which isn't great, but that happens sometimes. This one is actually not shallow, but it's kind of narrow. So you have to be adaptable. Like, I have this on hand, I don't have this on hand, whatever. Like, use what you have. This one's a little wider, so I'm just gonna get this one in. Okay, so think about, we're just doing a dry run here. Okay, so I have marked the old quilter's mat. I forgot to mention that. So I have marked on here what 5.5 inches is. That's about what you want your women to be. And even if they have heels, you don't want to, if you're going to place them around dollhouse furniture, you really want to keep them in human scale. So 5.5 inches is a 5'5" tall woman, which is pretty average. Really don't want them too much taller than that or too much smaller than that, or they look weird around the furniture. They don't look right. So just kind of hold that up and be thinking about, is there a left shoe and a right shoe? Most of the time, if it's a heel like this, there probably isn't, but a lot of legs will have shoes molded onto them that are like a Victorian boot, and that is going to have buttons up one side, and those buttons should be to the outside of the leg. So think about that before you end up putting the wrong foot on, just in, because this can get kind of hectic. I mean, these parts are sort of delicate, and you know, if you're not making porcelain yourself, you don't want to ruin it. You don't want to drop something and break it. You feel like you don't want to get glue all over it, especially if your doll is acrylic painted. Mine are China painted, but if it's acrylic painted, you know, you're kind of stressing out about glue around it and stuff. So It gets kind of hectic, and you seem stupid to think you could put the wrong shoe, the mix the shoes around, but you can do that because, you know, it's like you're thinking about not ruining something. Okay, so my other leg was not quite as wide in the opening, so I'm only going to use 2 at the beginning. The part that's going to go down in the boot. Or in the leg, I mean. And this is pretty strong. I mean, 2 is probably enough. I'm gonna add another one here. These are so pokey. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so we got those in. They're longer, as you can see, they're longer than we're going to need totally, so that part is good. So now we're going to glue them. And if you don't have one of these glue bottle holders, these things are great. Keep your glue at the top of the nozzle. Okay, we're only going, we're putting glue up to about the length of the leg. We're not going over that for right now. So this is just what's going to be in the leg. It's spread on tacky glue. Over the tacky glue, just do a few drops. Glue's fine. Paper towel, keep a paper towel on your lap. Okay, and just let that sit for a while. And we'll do the other one. Okay, you don't have to go crazy with the glue, you know. But a good amount. Kind of twist it just to make sure glue gets on the inside. This is not an ideal doll to demonstrate with because I'm doing parts that don't necessarily go, the arms belong to one body, the torso belongs to another body. I think even the head might not belong to the torso, and the legs belong to another body. But this is the way that I cast her. So, okay, so we're going to put her heels on the line of your old quilt mat. Put her head here. Now we're going to kind of eyeball this. Look at the width and depth and